Hello everybody, I'm Hannah and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be putting together my TBR for May 2026, which is crazy to say. Let's jump on into it. Today we're going to be using my TBR jar to pick prompts. We will use the prompts from the TBR jar to pick a book to put on the TBR. So I kind of situated myself in this sort of unflattering area of my house because a bunch of these books back here are ones that I have Libby holds on the audio of already and have like planned buddy reads for. And then up here is what remains of my 26 and 26, which actually there's a couple of them kind of mixed into this shelf too, so it's not literally just down to 6 books. But we're gonna pick 6 prompts today. I tend to read more than 6 books, so this is more just to give me a starting point. And these are books I really do hope I get through. I mostly got through my April TBR with the exception of The Many Daughters of Afong Moy, which I did put back on the shelf. I am planning on getting to that this month, even if it doesn't end up on the TBR, because my Libby hold finally came in for it, and that's really what I was waiting for. So without further ado, let's pull our first prompt. Choose a book set in a different country. I feel like we could go a lot of places with this because I read a lot of fantasy, and technically fantasy books are almost always not only in a different country, but in a whole different world. But because it didn't say world, I'm actually going to stick with like different country. And I think I'm going to go with these Violent Delights because this is supposed to be kind of a historical fantasy set in Shanghai in the 1920s. I do not live in China, so that qualifies as a different country for me. I'm actually a little bit cheating because I did actually just finish this one yesterday. I'm filming this TBR very late in the month for me, so it is cheating a little bit, but I did really like it. It was 4 stars. So we're going to make that book number 1. And I put my cart right here so that I could just line them up. Now for our next pick. Read a book with a number in the title. Interesting. We've got Alchemy of Secrets, Promise Me Sunshine, Quicksilver, Long Live, 10,000 Doors of January as 10, White Horse Black Knights, Twisted Hate, Our Violent Ends, Royal Assassin, The Odds of You, odd, we could stretch it, A Fate Inked in Blood, A Curse Carved in Bone, Defy the Night, Direbound, Arcana Academy, Half City, Her Hidden Fire, and Vesselless. I don't think any of those really is a number. So I think that we're going with the 10,000 Doors of January. I have recently been a little bit burned by an Alex E. Harrow book, so I'm a little bit anxious about putting this one on the TBR. That's okay. I also need to get this one on Libby because I have a feeling I'll want to. I've been like physically reading and while I listen to audios a lot, and that's been really working for me. So I'm gonna put this one on the TBR. That is the 10,000 Doors of January. 10,000's a number. Our prompt is read a book with a number in the title. If you can hear a lot of commotion in the background, it's because my very sweet dog has decided that it's time to cause a ruckus. He's literally standing on my leg with both of his front paws right now. Hi. He wants to play very badly. Next prompt. We only have 4 more to go, so let's see if my dog can hang on for that long. This one says, read an Owl Crate pick. Okay, so I do have a couple of special editions on here. I think Half City is from, I want to say Moonlight Book Box, but I have 2 copies, and I think the other one might be an Owl Crate. Let's check. The other one's a Fairy Loot. So we're gonna put that back. Let me go pull up my Owl Crate list here. There's none that are like super standing out to me, but I do have this one, and I absolutely love the cover for this one. This is Modern Divination by Issa Agajanian, I think is how you say it. It's got really gorgeous covers, sprayed edges. Probably the naked cover's really gorgeous too. Ooh. I love that. I think I'm gonna put this one on there. That's Modern Divination by Issa Agajanian, and that is for reading an Owl Crate pick. This is not how I thought this TBR would go. You also may have noticed that I just pulled off my ARCs. It's not because I finished all of them. I just felt so much pressure to finish them that I have now removed them from the cart. I only have 3 left, so I want to be able to finish those by the end of the year, but I'm not gonna put a lot of pressure on myself to do that right away. Watch this be the month that I read all 3 of them. This one says, have Mel pick a book, which Mel is one of my buddies on Bookstagram. So I'm going to shoot her a message and tell her she needs to pick a book for my TBR. She would have absolutely picked 10,000 Doors in January, 10,000 Doors of January, but that's already on the TBR. So I'll see what she wants from this shelf. Okay. So she's gonna let me know what she picks as soon as she messages me back. I just sent her a list of these books and said, that's what you can pick from. So she's gonna pick. And let's do our next prompt while we're waiting for that to come back. Read a book with an epilogue. I might cheat again. I think I'm pretty confident that Twisted Hate has an epilogue, and I would like to just get through this series. Bonus Scene 2? Well, that's not an epilogue. Oh, perfect. Yes, so there is an epilogue. So we're gonna put this one on the cart. That is Twisted Hate by Anna Huang. That is the third book in the Twisted series, which, to be honest, I'm having a pretty hit or miss experience with it. I really couldn't care less for the first book. The second book I liked, but I didn't love. So we'll have to see how that one goes. Let's do pick number 6. This is our last one. Hopefully Mel gets back to me in the next little bit here. I got have Magali pick a book. I need to shuffle these better. Magali definitely already knows most of these are supposed to be buddy reads with her. So I'm gonna send her the same message that I sent Mel. Okay, we got a message back from Magali. She said, ooh, should I pick one that's not on our TBR? And I said, 1,000% up to you. And then told her what I have already. She's picking The Odds of You, which I'm actually very excited about because I've been hyped to read this book. I think I'll love it. This is The Odds of You. First off, love the cover. This is by Kate Dramis, and I believe that Magali really liked this one. This is a book of the month pick. Sage and Theo are our main characters, and I think it's set in Scotland. So this has a lot of things that I think will work very, very well for me. That is technically our last pick, which the prompt was have Magali pick a book. So The Odds of You by Kate Dramis. I'm sort of stalling because I would love to know what the actual pick is before we pack this all up, but I actually think we will instead do this prompt. Choose a book recommended by a friend. Cool. I think I'm going to go with Direbound because I've had so many people tell me I'm gonna love this book. It's also very long. This is Direbound by Sable Sorensen. My understanding is this is Fourth Wing with direwolves. So I'm very excited to have a moment for this one. So that'll be our 6th book. Let's go ahead and do a review of these. First off, we've got These Violent Delights by Chloe Gong. This is a book that is set in a different country. Next, we've got The 10,000 Doors of January because it has a number in the title. Next, we've got Modern Divination by Isa Agajanian because it is an Owl Crate pick. Next, we've got Twisted Hate by Anna Huang because it has an epilogue. Next, we had to have my friend Magali pick a book, and she chose The Odds of You by Kate Dramis. And next, we had to pick a book recommended by a friend. I picked Direbound because I have multiple people telling me that this will be a book I absolutely love. I'm going to cut this in towards the end because Mel did end up responding, so we will use her book too. She picked Arcana Academy by Elisa Kova, and so I think we're gonna buddy read that one, me, her, and Magali. So she did end up coming through. So our 7th pick is gonna be Arcana Academy by Elisa Kova. And that's gonna be my TBR for May of 2026. Thank you so much for coming on this journey with me, and I'm looking forward to a great month of reading. Thanks for watching. Bye.